Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to this video and to my channel if you're new here. So today's video is just going to be a chatty get ready with me, going on a date tonight with my husband, and I just thought it'd be nice to try out some new makeup and some old favourites and just do a super chilled video just showing you my full face of what I would do if I was going out on a date night. So that's what we're going to do today. It's not going to be a complicated look by any means. I don't do anything like too outlandish if I'm going out on a date. I just try to keep things like pretty and on the bit more neutral side, although I'm never completely neutral if you guys know me well. So I'm going to start off with foundation, and I've picked up a new foundation, and it was on one of your recommendations that I try number 7 because I've been looking for a foundation that's medium coverage, quite glowy, and I went into our local Boots that sells number 7. They used to always be called Boots number 7, but now they're just number 7. So I don't know whether you guys can get this brand if you're in the States or not now. I think you can. But this one is Stay Perfect foundation, and it says up to 24 hours wear, suitable for sensitive skin. I've not got sensitive skin, but I've got quite dry skin. And it's got SPF 15, which I'm not going to need on a date, but just wanted to try this out and see what it's like. Also, the cool thing about this foundation is that you can be shade matched. So they do some sort of an assessment using this little tool that they just put next to your face, and then it gives them a reading, and it was pretty accurate because then she wiped off some of my foundation, tried this one on, and it looked a pretty good match. And the shade I've got is Calico. And the lady in the shop said it's a bit of a dupe for Estee Lauder's Double Wear, which I think would be too full coverage for me. But she seems to think it would work based on my preferences. So we're going to see. I'm a little bit nervous to try out a new foundation on a night that I want to look really nice, but we will see how it goes. So I'm just going to use it on a kabuki brush. This one's the F80 from Sigma. But already I can see it's a really good shade match for me, because normally my foundations really show and it takes a while for me to sort of blend them in. But this one doesn't look like I've got anything on, so maybe I probably have been wearing the wrong shade forever. I've been using, because I'd run out of foundation, a foundation I really despise, but I had to use something, and that was the Too Faced one, the Born This Way one. And the foundation's fine, but the shade Snow, I thought that would match me, but it's so yellow, it just really doesn't look good on me. But it was quite an expensive foundation, so I've been trying to sort of make it work by kind of putting powder on and bronzing it up and just trying to change the shade of it one way or another. I really don't like the way it sits on my skin. It kind of really accentuates my lines, so already I can tell this one's so much better, probably for being a better shade match. It seems to just be disappearing into my skin altogether. You can't really even perceive that it's there, which I guess is what you want about a foundation. I'm building it up a fair bit because I hate this hyperpigmentation, freckles on my skin and on my forehead, like on my cheeks, sorry, and on my forehead. Just really, really hate it. I know a lot of people like freckles, and fair play to them if they can make them work for them, but I really don't like them on me. Also, we're dealing with about an inch of roots at the moment, so when my hair's straight, that looks a bit of a fright. So having my hair done on Thursday, I'm so excited for that. Should have really waited to go out until the weekend. I think tonight's Tuesday night. You'll probably see this Wednesday at the earliest, because I'm not going to have time to edit it. But yeah, I quite like that. How that's settling, how that is definitely only a medium coverage, or probably light to medium I would say, but it's not making me look 105, which is normally what foundations do, so that's quite a result I think. And I'd got some Boots points, so, and some money off. I don't know how that happened, by buying other bits and pieces, so ended up the foundation cost me £13, which is not bad at all. This could be a contender for my new favourite foundation if this wears well. It certainly went on okay anyway. So concealer, I don't have anything new, so I'm just going to use the Conceal and Define by Makeup Revolution. I'm not really dabbled in any nude concealers for a long time. I'm still going to try and get rid of those freckles because that foundation has not covered them. I don't find this concealer too bad. The shade I've got is C1, which is probably a bit too light for me, because I've got the foundation that's very similar to that in F3 and that suits me way better. It's quite pinky in tone though, I think. But it hides those dark circles a little bit, not completely. Okay, I want to have a bit of glow, so I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier translucent powder in the glow formulation. I've got the matte one as well, but I do quite enjoy the glow one. This one has got a bit of a colour to it though. I have to be super careful not to put too much on and not to change the colour too much, because I actually like how this foundation is looking, but I just wanted to set it a little bit so it doesn't go anywhere. But I think if you're going on like a date night and you want to look pretty, you don't want to be a cake face, you know, have too much foundation on or too much powder, so I just want to look as natural as possible. And then for contour today, I'm busting out an old product. Had this one years, probably a couple of years. It's still good though. And the shade Medium Cocoa that's in there works really well for me as a contour. And I'll probably use that light shade just under my eyes as well, just to set under my eyes a bit more. And I found that this brush, which looks very strange, but it's from Real Techniques, works really well for contour. I just discovered by accident that I quite like the way it looks, because I needed to wash my regular contour brush, so I had to use something else. I always contour quite high, just find it lifts my cheekbones a bit. But this powder's quite good because you can't go too far wrong, it's quite buildable. It's not too dark, so if you're pale skin like me, it'll definitely work. There is a darker one in there as well with dark cocoa, so I think there's something for everybody in this actually. It is a really, really good product. And I think they still make it, even though it probably did come out 2 or 3 years ago. And that's when I bought it. It's perhaps a little bit warmer than the contour I normally use, but it's got sort of bronziness about it as well, so it works quite well. And I'm just going to use that light shade just under my eyes just to brighten a little bit. It smells like cocoa as well, it's so nice. So this has been one of my favourites for a while. It's Fenty Beauty's Sunstalker Bronzer in the shade Shady Beers. I think I do my makeup way differently if I'm going out than if I'm doing my normal filming for YouTube and my looks for that. I just tend to, like, I sometimes think like the looks that I do for my channel, or if I want to post them on Instagram, are a lot more graphic, a lot more colourful, and I always want to look a lot more soft and pretty if I'm going out. Do you guys do that? Do you vary like your look to what you're doing? I don't know if that's just a Debbie thing, but I definitely do that, and I like to match what I'm wearing as well. Right, for blush I've got an Anastasia one. This one's one of the trios and the shade is Peachy Love, and this is gorgeous. I'm going to use the more neutrally one on this end, which I think is called Nectarine. It's always hard when they print the shade names on the back like that. Too much of a colour. I just wanted a neutrally but warm blush, so I think this will work quite well. And this was a TK Maxx find for £15. And I've had it a little while, I've not used it that much, but it is really a nice product. It goes on super smooth, easy to blend, and it's nice shades in there as well. And I'm just going to blend that in with the original brush I used for my powder, just to dampen that down just a tad. Okay, next up is eyebrows, and I've been loving using this Infinity palette from Linda Hallberg for my brows. Just find brow powder so much easier now than pomade, and the shade I use is Cigar, so this one here. And I sometimes mix a little bit of Four Notes, which is the black, just to mimic the eyebrow hairs. So while I'm doing my brows, which will take me quite a while, fair bit of time anyway. Talk about where we're going. So we're going to a restaurant called Bill's, which is our local kind of shopping complex. It's set by the side of a lake, and you've got restaurants on one side and some shops on that side as well, and then the other side is shopping, and then like a bit of a car park in between. But even the car park's got like water features and trees, and it's just a really nice spot. It's beautiful in the summer. You've got like pedalows on the lake to look out on, and you can sit outside this Bill's restaurant and have cocktails and whatever there. But obviously it's winter in the UK now, so we won't be doing that, but it's just a really nice restaurant. It does a lot of vegan options, particularly for Veganuary, as everybody's calling it here. I'm not a vegan, not even a vegetarian actually, but I do like a lot of vegetarian food, so I'll probably, if there's veggie options on the menu that I liked, then I'll probably go for those in preference to meat options. So, but I do eat fish and chicken, don't eat red meat quite so much. So there's like a beetroot and goat cheese risotto, that looks really nice, so quite tempted on that. But there is a vegan kind of roast thing, well it's like a Wellington, like in pastry, that's got cashew nuts and carrots and whatever, and a vegetable gravy, and that looks really nice as well. So lots of different options. It's not just like a lot of restaurants I think in the UK that do vegetarian, it's just so boring. It's just always like a veggie burger, or it's vegetarian lasagna. You know, it's not very interesting, but Bill's has some interesting options. So, and they're trying to get people in at the moment because obviously it's January, no one's got any money, so after Christmas and whatnot. So there's a voucher for buy one main course, get the second free. So we were like, we haven't been out for literally since our holiday, so before Christmas. And it's my husband's payday today, so he said, do you want to go out for dinner? So I was like, sounds nice. A little bit of a midweek treat. Quite full on brows for me going on, but I'm not hating it. It's just getting them the same on both sides is always my issue with brows. I'm just going to put a little bit of that Fornax through them just to darken them down just slightly, which is the black in this palette. They don't look too bad. I just think one looks a little bit higher than the other. Does that happen to you guys? I don't know why it happens, because I try to go by the actual shape of like the brow hairs, but one always ends up higher than the other. But it's fine. Sisters, not twins, eh? Okay, for highlight I'm going to go in with this one, Ray Ryder from Kaleidos Makeup. Quite a neutral but sort of peachy blush, I would say. So I think that'll go quite well with my look for today. I've never used this brush before. This is out of the Spectrum set I bought, or my husband bought actually, in the sales as part of my Christmas present, which was really sweet of him. These are Snow White theme, which is why they've got the red handles, or the red ferrules. Really, really pretty. That highlight looks perfect with that blush, so that was a good decision, I think. And it's pale enough to sort of do a little bit of nose highlight, chin highlight, etc. as well. I like that brush as well. That's the B08 by Spectrum. Really, really nice. Okay, for eyeshadow, I've bought the Baby Girl stack from Melt, which has got all sort of corally, peachy sort of shades in it. It's got a couple of bright oranges in as well, but the three shades I'm going to use are Breakup, which seems a bit funny for a date night. Let's hope that doesn't happen. And then we've got Scamming, which is a pinky peachy colour, really pretty. Pinky coral. And then there's a shimmer, which is Hopeless Romantic. That's better. That's probably a lot more appropriate. So I'm going to do a bit of a halo eye. I don't do that very often, so I'm just going to prime my eyes with MAC Painterly Paint Pot as I normally do. And before we go to dinner tonight as well, the shops down there are open till 7 or 8 depending on the shop, and we've got a table booked for 7, so I thought I'd do a little bit of retail therapy beforehand. And we've got a shop that sells all sorts of things there. It's called Paper Chase. I don't know if you guys, if you're from the US or Canada or wherever, have got that shop, but they sell all sorts of gifty bits, cards, wrapping paper, stationery, but they've got some diaries with like ring binders to them that are like quite large with one day to each page, and I wanted to start planning out my YouTube with a proper diary because I don't have a plan normally, and I just thought it's time I started to get a bit more organised and know what I was going to post when, so I want to pick one of those up. And because it's now halfway through or nearly the end of January, they're in the sale, so good time to get that. Right, I'm going to go in with the shade Breakup first, which is the deepest shade in that stack, and I'm going to concentrate on that, on the inner and outer portions of my eye. Ooh, there's a lot of fallout in that shade. Hell of a lot of fallout. I'm really careful because I've already done my face makeup. I don't want this all over my face. I'm going to have to be super careful. Just press it on for the beginning and then blend it out, I think. I'm on a mission to get all of the melt stacks, but they're so expensive. They're like normally £48, something along those lines on Beauty Bay, and this one was half price in the sale, in the January sale, so couldn't resist it. 5 shades by Melt for £24. And I didn't need these shades, but I love Melt's formula. I think this one would be a really good palette for like autumnal sort of looks, fall looks. It's got that sort of autumn vibes to it. I very rarely do halo eyes. I'm not the best at them, but I think they look really, really pretty, so just thought it could be nice for tonight. And something that you guys don't see me doing very often because I do my winged out shape most of the time. Take it a little bit higher than my natural crease, but I'm not going to join it in the middle. I'm going to just let the shimmer shade do the talking in the middle. Because sometimes I close it in on the top, but I think it looks more effective, particularly if you've got a pretty shimmer shade, to leave it open. Well, it does on my eye shape anyway. Just gives you a bit more eye shape to play with, I think. Yeah, so I'm having my hair done on Thursday after work, and I'm so bored of it, guys. I just don't know what to do with it. I want to chop it all off, and my husband was horrified, and he's like, you can do anything else you want, but I don't want you to chop your hair off. And then I saw my friend Lisa Lobotomy. She's had hers cut to like sort of this kind of length. It looks so nice on her, and I showed him that, and he's like, no, you're not doing it. It's taken me like 3 years to grow it, and he knows what I'm like the minute I cut it off. I wish I hadn't, but oh, I'm just so bored of it. So I might just go for another funky colour, because I had pink last year and they only last on me for a couple of weeks, but it might just get me over the hump of like feeling fed up with it, and I might just have an inch or two off the bottom because it's super long now, so really could do with it. Next to that shade, but a bit smaller brush, I've got the E18 from Morphe. I'm going to go in with that scamming shade, so the more corally shade. I'm just going to lay that next to that shade. I just think it'll help give me a blend into that shimmer shade. And I'm going to use that to blend the outer edges of that shade we put down initially as well. Seems to be working okay. There's not a great deal you could do with this stack, I don't think, because they're all similar shades. They all go together really nicely, but you're not going to get like a multitude of looks out of it. But I want all of the stacks so that I can mix and match the stacks together and give myself, like, if I'm travelling and I want to just take something really small in my bag, I can just create my own little stack out of all of the ones I've got. So I really want the grey one next. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. The one that's got all the smoky greys in it anyway. Like I just need to blend on the edges of that because it's a little bit harsh, particularly on this side near my nose, I think. But I love how easy to blend melt shadows are. They just really blend into your skin really nicely. I'm normally going with glitter glue with my shimmers, but I think I'm just going to go in as it is. It's a really nice duochrome shade. It's like orange to pink. It's so pretty. Just going to see how it performs just laid down as it is. This is why I use the glitter glue. It's not really performing how I want. I'm going to spray it. That's a lot better. Yeah, I think that's enough. I didn't want to use glitter glue because then I find it difficult to blend the mattes into the shimmers, so I thought because I'm laying it in the middle and I want to blend it, it'd be easier not to. But I'm so used to the foiled impact you get from NYX glitter primer that it looked a bit lacklustre, but I think that looks okay now it's been sprayed. It's a super pretty colour though, so nice. Really getting into duochrome shades. So on my lower lash line and my waterline, I'm going to go in with Linda Hallberg's Brown Core. I'm just going to buff that scamming shade to the lighter of the two mattes that I used. And I'm going to use the highlight again, that Ray Rider highlight, as an inner corner highlight. Nothing crazy, just a little pop of that, just to brighten the inner corner a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to skip the eyeliner. I'm just going to let the eyes do the talking so that the shadows can be seen. So I'm just going to go in with Bang Mascara now, just to finish the eyes. I feel like this is a look that you could literally do with any three shades that you have really. There's one lighter shimmer or duochrome shimmer, and then two mattes in a similar tone, so one a bit deeper than the other. And just start with the deeper shade on the inner and outer, blend into the bit lighter one, and then just pop the duochrome or the shimmer in the centre and buff one of the mattes on your lower lash line and you're good to go. For lips today, I don't want to go in with anything too deep. Like I normally go in with a deep orange, something like Pumpkin Pie by Jeffree Star, but because I'm eating, I'm going to go with this one, which is a Linda Hallberg Fantastic Lipstick, and this is in the shade Goldstone. Okay, so that's the finished look and I'm all ready to go out on date night. So as I say, by the time you get to see this will already have been, but I hope you guys are having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed and you want to be, then I'd love to have you. But other than that guys, see you in the next one. Bye!